the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
In case you're wondering.
In case you're wondering, that's how comedy works. Yeah. That's literally where recording begins. It's what you just said. And that's how comedy works.
And that's how comedy works. I'm glad that we taught everybody.
Yeah. I'm so glad, because for most of my life, I've been like, how does comedy work? And you just explained it.
I explained it, I think, basically flawlessly.
In a way that I think any person, any age, could hear that and go,
now I'm funny.
Because
they understand the concept. They know how to do it.
So thank goodness I got that all recorded.
We got it all recorded, folks. And now you can all share that with your friends.
Share it,
and teach them the secret.
Tell everybody. We're not just environmental news. We are also teaching you how to be funny since 1978.
It's eight. 78.
70, the old 78 trick.
Absolutely. Look at that coffee mug filled up and ready to go.
I've been sipping my coffee slowly all morning long.
Is that the same coffee from earlier? You're just rocking that.
No, you want to know you want to know why?
What's that?
You can drink very hot beverages. I cannot.
Okay.
So I have to wait for it to cool, and I have one of those dadgum...
That takes you 4 hours?
Yetis.
Yeah.
The Yetis, man.
Yeah.
You put scalding hot liquid in a Yeti, it will be cooled enough to drink in 4 hours.
I need a Yeti.
You need a Yeti.
I need a Yeti, because here I am like a sucker drinking out of regular mugs, and I have to reheat mine, because it gets so dadgum cold.
It gets so dadgum cold, but the thing about that tech is it keeps it so hot that I take a sip and I'm like, it's still not cooled down. Well, it doesn't cool down.
It won't ever cool down.
You have to almost take the lid off or let some air in there just so that it'll come down a little bit.
We should be brought to you by Yeti.
I know. When we were in Austin, I got a chance to go into the Yeti store, and I love their stuff, but it's very expensive.
It's pricey.
That's my big criticism for them is I love your NASA technology that you have to keep beverages warm or cold, but it is so expensive.
Shout out to our sales rep, Gus, out in Austin for taking care of us that week.
He did.
That was solid. That was fun.
It was awesome because when you go to this place, it's a bar where you can have drinks and food and whatnot. And whenever you have your sodas or beers or whatever, they give it to you in these Yeti coolers while you're hanging outside. And it was good because it was a hot day. Mm-hmm. It was a very hot day. This was last year. It was a hot day. It's getting hot outside is what's happening. It's getting a little warm.
It's getting hot out there. So, Jacob, take your pants off.
Way ahead of you, buddy.
That's why we have the desk, in case anyone's wondering.
That's why. Noel said to me one day, he said, how can we do the show without pants on?
I did.
And then we discovered, the secret is a news desk.
A news desk.
That's what all news anchors do.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
A lot of people think that we did the show change because we were trying to find a new format that could that could increase the viewership. Actually, we did that as a red herring.
Red herring.
Because we wanted to have an excuse to put a news desk in here.
With no pants
so
on.
that Jacob and I could go pantless.
Yeah, absolutely. You say it was the most elaborate red herring of all time.
Absolutely.
3 months of retooling the show just so we could have a news desk. Whereas we could have easily just come out and said, hey, let's add a news desk. But we were like, no.
No. The audience wouldn't have accepted that. No, we're playing 4D chess.
4D chess.
That's what we're doing here. We are. Yeah, we are.
Cheers to that.
We're political kings.
Kings, absolutely.
Tricking folks into giving up their accepted show. Mm-hmm. And
that's right.
And keeping this show so we can have our pants on.
Well said. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Like I said, 4D chess.
4D chess. Timmy commented, he said that the mics and everything is working great.
Yeah?
Yes, he said that the wisdom that he gave us and bestowed upon us, it worked, and the show is a success again.
I would love if he put it that way. The wisdom I bestowed upon you and showed you has worked.
My leadership and guidance
without
in the ways
me, you would all be fools.
You morons. Well, because we're doing a double whammy, we're going to dive in.
Okay.
We're doing another
No
double
more
whammy.
games.
No more games because...
Stop joking about, Jacob.
Because you and I, we have things to do and places in the world to go.
Okay.
Yet again. So, I came to the show with many stories ready.
Okay.
Many.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know. I mean, sometimes with you and me, we either get to a lot or
it doesn't. Nothing.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Okay.
But I think the first one's a good one.
It's a good one.
This is a good one. Okay.
The prediction is this is a good one.
You think
Jacob gives this a 7 out of 10.
I think it's good for Biofriendly Podcast because I think we have a lot we can do with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's jam.
New purification facility will take water from toilet to tap.
Oh.
Yeah.
To tap.
Tap. This isn't just for watering your garden or cleaning your car or,
This isn't reclaimed. We're doing agriculture with your butt water.
This is butt water to mouth water. Which I think the mature conversation here to have.
Let's have a mature conversation.
Let's have the most mature conversation, because what needs to happen is we need to take away the stigma of it being of butt water, because we're going to need it. Because you know who's doing this?
Who's doing this?
California.
Oh, God.
So you and I are going to have to get...
Oh, God. So you're saying this is us.
This is us, baby. So most people don't like to think of flushing the toilet and having the same water come out of the tap.
I agree with those people.
That's a fair...
I'm one of those people.
That's an opening sentence to this article that you go, agreed. We can all agree
one
with
of those people.
Right? But as the California mega drought, they're calling it a mega drought. Do you think it's a mega drought?
They can't just call it a drought, can they?
No.
They gotta go big.
Yeah. This is like Johnny Depp's mega pint. It's the mega drought.
Pretty soon they'll call it an ultra drought.
The ultra drought?
Aren't they? What's the Republicans are called now? The ultra mega or something?
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta add an ultra. Eventually what to ultra?
Ultra omega drought.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, as it grinds on, there's this guy by the name of Governor Gavin Newsom.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Become very enthusiastic. He's become very enthusiastic.
Well, that sounds nice.
What I like to see is you cut to a shot of him right now just going, yeah, I'm so much enthusiasm. I cannot wait. About a new plan to render sewage water drinkable. Okay?
All right.
So this is a water plant in Carson, California. That's where this is all going down.
I was just in Carson.
Were you?
I was just there.
Yeah.
I was there. I was my daughter her friend was having a birthday party.
Yeah.
And we were out there and dropping her off at the movies, and we were walking about.
Yeah.
The land of Carson.
So you were in Carson daily?
No, just one day.
just one day. Yeah. Just a Johnny Carson. Yeah. So just to get to the nitty gritty of what this is all about.
Nitty gritty.
The process is called advanced purification.
It better be.
It better be, right? If we're talking butt water. Yeah. And uses microorganisms and membrane bioreactors to filter sewage water. Okay. Then a reverse osmosis process removes 99% of the water's impurities. Now, you're worried.
That 1% is all butt?
Because you just heard 99% of water impurities, and you're going, wait a second.
No.
But they've thought it through.
They've thought it through.
A third step involves powerful ultraviolet light to zap any lingering viruses or chemicals.
Okay.
And then that way it is clean. But it does say in the article, it says, note to self, don't try this at home. In case you were planning on...
Yeah, I'm constantly putting together membranes
and bioorganisms
in
ultraviolet light to purify your toilet water.
With a 99%.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, deer pee in rivers.
Yeah.
Fish are pooping in there all the time.
Absolutely.
I mean,
there's a lot of creatures going potty in water.
A lot of toilets are clogged, and so they won't have to worry about that poop.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They won't have to worry about that. So here's the thing that we need to talk about. And it's important because we're mature. Newsom said
obviously
this is the most consecutive dry years California has experienced since 800 AD.
Wow.
I don't know if he's got the science to back it up, but they do have a link here.
I would love to see the science behind it. Yeah, like who was tracking...
I don't know.
Who was tracking the daily rain?
Carson Daily.
Was it Carson? He was out there tracking the daily?
The dailies are always like, it hasn't rained like this.
Are they doing this based on a calculation and probability?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Can we ask fact checkers who listen to the show to see if that's actually true? It says most consecutive dry years California has experienced.
I'm curious enough that I'll look into it.
Will you?
Since 800 AD?
800 AD. The most consecutive dry days.
Dry years.
Dry years.
Look, let's see. I'd love to see how they came up with that.
Okay. Water restrictions.
Look, it certainly is the most since we've been calculating.
Yes.
So that's something.
Yeah, that is something.
Even if the 800 AD number is, just to show off how badass our scientists believe they are.
Yeah.
It's still a lot. It's still a long time.
It's still a long time.
A lot
but you're curious about the ones from 900 to 1100 that may not have been doing good record keeping. That's what you're wondering.
900 to
900 to 1400.
We probably started keeping records in the 1880s.
Right. So everything else is just kind of like dipping a stick in the ground and going, seems dry down there. Seems real dry.
Maybe there's a geologist doing well, based on the sediment, we had rain this many, but then what's their system?
Yeah, exactly. They could be wrong.
I'm just saying it's a pretty specific thing. Also,
Noel doubts your science is what he said.
Didn't we have an absurdly wet year 3 years ago?
Feels like we did.
We had a crazy wet year 3 years ago, and they're like, hey, this might get us out of the drought, and then no, and then we had a bunch more.
Yeah.
So consecutive is it's more like it feels like it's more of a Grover Cleveland situation.
Yeah.
We're talking non-consecutive drought years.
I don't know if I get that joke. That's such an American history nerd joke that you just made. What does that mean?
He was the only president to ever have his presidential terms be non-consecutive. So he won, and then he lost, and then he won again.
And then he won again.
That's what Trump's going to go for the Grover Cleveland.
He's going to go for the Grover Cleveland?
Yeah, he's going to go for it.
All right, Grover Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Here we go. You don't just learn environmental things here. You learn presidential history, too. Mm-hmm. So water restrictions already dictate when people can water their yards and prohibit OCD Angelinos from washing sidewalks. By the way...
that is a nice way of putting that in Habitat magazine.
I know. It was like...
what the hell is that?
Prohibit OCD Angelinos from washing sidewalks. That's kind of a... thing to write, it's like how many Angelinos are like I gotta wash my sidewalks. Let's just make fun of these people for washing their sidewalks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anybody who's out every day.
OCD Angelinos washing their sidewalks? Are they stupid?
I don't know who wrote this.
Who puts that in a publication?
I don't know. It wasn't Newsom who said it though. It was whoever wrote this.
I know. Newsom's not. Newsom's a good. He's a lot of things, but he's not a bad politician.
Yeah, he knows what it is. So whoever this is, it says via Metro UK. So could this be somebody in England calling us Angelinos?
Via Metro UK. And so that's a quote from them?
Yeah, or it just says, via Metro UK Daily Breeze. So I'm wondering if that's a London, England.
So someone from overseas is writing about California that's then being syndicated by a non-California but American environmental magazine.
That's the news, Noel.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's done. Integrity. Like we talked about this morning. That's journalistic integrity right there. So
I just want to say that I don't support the OCD Californians watering their sidewalks. I think that there's lots of reasons why Californians do that. I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a good idea, but I don't think it's because of OCD.
We should make fun of them.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
agreed. So chill out.
Yeah.
Stop making fun of.
Particularly if they are OCD.
Yeah, come on.
Here's the thing: if you're saying it because you're being smarmy and a smartass,
they are being.
Well, then
smarmy
you're
and
just
smartass.
a jerk.
Yeah.
Because there are people who have OCD.
Yeah, we're drinking butt water over here. Will you just leave us alone?
I mean, come on. Let's send our butt water to the UK.
That's right. You get all the butt water.
At least to the Metro office.
Yeah. So to wrap up this tale,
Can't believe I have to defend OCD California.
Well, and the thing is you get to make fun of Californians. I get to make fun of Californians. You can make fun of Californians. We get to make fun of ourselves. But the moment you make fun of us and you don't live here, that's it.
Particularly those of us. Hey, I have a little bit OCD. Sometimes
I do too.
Sometimes I'll do things a couple times over, or make sure a thing is straight, or line up my this or my that,
absolutely.
or whatever else.
Yeah, I absolutely have.
And
that.
there are people who are crippled by it.
Yes, there are people that literally it's can slow down their entire day, if not life in general.
Yes, that's also an odd thing because usually it's not OCD. I don't think it's OCD Californians. I think it's Californians who don't give a crap about drought.
Right, the ones that are washing their sidewalk.
I just want to wash my sidewalk because I want a clean sidewalk.
Right, yeah.
That's not OCD. That's a-hole CD.
A-hole is CD.
I'm trying not to get beeped this week.
Yeah. You're trying?
Yeah.
I already said a word earlier that I think.
And I can call them ace-holes because I'm from California.
That's true. Doggone tootin'. You darn tootin'. The Joint Water Pollution Control Plant, run by the Los Angeles County Sanitation District, already treats sewage to the point where it can be safely released into the Pacific Ocean. Okay, so we're already at that place.
Okay.
For another $3.4 billion, a proposed wastewater recycling facility could produce up to 150 million gallons of drinking water daily. So if we invested in this, it would give us 150 million gallons of drinking water every day, which is a fair amount.
Question 2.
Yes.
If we invested the same amount of money in a water infrastructure that had gray water for lawn watering and for doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think what they would clear water.
Right.
For drinking.
Yeah.
Well, then would we have healthier plants because we're putting our some portion of our poop into the agriculture water that's going?
It's time for the Biofriendly boys to get to Washington.
I'm just asking.
It's time for us to get up there and talk about what other acts we can say. With $3.4 billion, what could we do?
Well, is there another way to get up on this? You know, that's what I'm saying.
It's true. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay, so all right, on its face. Here's my. I'm gonna give my take.
I would say more accurately on its butt.
From the view of a butt.
From the view of the butt.
I think that it's, again, I mean, well, yeah, cool. It's sure, why not? There's poo, and pee is filtered out of water naturally, like I said, by just nature, all the time.
It's just a part of living here.
I mean, there's tiny amounts of it in probably
everywhere,
everything,
everywhere.
So it's all, well, all right, so cool. So we're doing that to make more water and make it easier for us to be able to drink and whatever else. I think that the thing that's sort of lost and sad here is that our like that's valuable stuff. If you're a plant, I don't know, they love our waste.
Yeah, that's true.
They think our waste is pretty great.
Right.
So I feel like if we figured out a way to give that to what wants it, to put that into our agriculture. Like, for instance, we have a boatload of almond trees. We talked about them all the time that are up and down the Central Valley of California, as well as a bunch of oranges and there's a bunch of things that require a whole lot of water. That don't mind a little bit of poop.
This is true.
In fact, they would prefer it. The poop is like a good, tasty steak for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why are we spending all the money doing the filtration when instead we could just allocate the right kind of water?
You're
to the
thinking
right kind of
switch
places?
the sources. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like let's send that water where it could be used.
What if they've already looked into that and it doesn't work?
Have they?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, then I would say, okay, great. Tell me why it doesn't work, and then let's get to the bottom of that. And maybe it's impossible. But I'm asking the question because it's a podcast.
Well, there's one thing that you're not allowed to do. It's ask questions. Don't ever. This is an answers only show.
This is an answers only show. Well, in that case, we have a solution for poo water.
Oh, I just ducked the microphone, and now it's making that noise.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
We're back. We're back. Evacuation complete. Evacuation complete. Evacuation.
That was a great moment. Yeah. Anybody who hasn't watched Austin Powers?
Yes.
International Man of Mystery. It's a classic.
All right.
Okay, so
that's wastewater. I'll drink it. I'm telling you.
Look, if they do it, I'll drink it.
If they do it, I'll drink it.
But I got a bunch of other questions.
I told you.
It's a good topic.
No, I think it's a good topic. It is a good topic, and I think it's worth. Here's the thing. Let's look in the 800 AD thing, and let's do a little digging, and let's do a Biofriendly Podcast retrospective. Like, look back. Yeah. Like, if you heard last week, you heard us talk about this amazing technology, but what else did we discover? Right. We're going to be integrity.
We're going to be the integrity show. Unlike in Habitat, who grabs something from the UK and makes
calls
fun
us
of it.
OCD Angelinos.
Jeez.
Right?
Put in Habitat on our unhappy list.
In Habitat, you're on that. You're on that.
It's a quality website, and they get good articles. But this one was
Send them a case of butt water.
Butt water. Butt water. Before you go, from the butt water topic. The other thing that I would say is like if we're spending money on fixing these kinds of problems. Again, like if we had more what they call catchment, which is essentially dams up in the mountains to catch the water that's falling down. Well, then we would have more water held in lakes. And we would have more power that could be created that is completely environmentally friendly. It's good for the environment. Zero carbon, right?
We've gone straight NPR right now.
And
if we have more than.
It also would be a way to protect the valley there from flooding. It used to be done by the snow in the old days when it was a little bit colder. But now the snowpack is standing up a little bit higher and melting a little farther down the mountain there. If we catch the water with some catchments and dams, it seems like that'd be a better investment. We'd make a little bit more use out of the water and help the planet. And then you'd still have the opportunity to clean up the butt water later if you wanted to.
It's amazing how much more convincing it is at that level. You know what I mean? Like, you really do seem like the authority. And I feel like, well, he knows what he's talking about.
I know, because normally I talk like a clown.
Normally this is the clown show. Yeah. But you were leaning in and you were soft. And I was like... Veronica was laughing.
That's how you know it's good. You know it's quality when Veronica's like,
So we'll see where this technology goes.
That's all. I'm not gonna hammer this topic anymore. Okay. I'm not gonna belabor the point.
Okay. Belabor the point.
It may have already been belabored, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, let's move on to the next one. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. This is very Pixar. Ooh. Rats trained to carry tiny backpacks into earthquake zones, so rescue teams can talk to survivors. I thought that's a cool thing, right?
Rats trained to carry tiny backpacks into earthquake zones.
Yep.
Okay, so they can get places where we can't.
Yeah.
With a camera?
Yeah. So
or are they carrying first aid equipment?
Let's see. I think that they're carrying. This is what I think they're carrying. They're carrying a slice of pizza. A dram of whiskey.
Okay.
And an iPhone. No, I have no idea.
I like the dram of whiskey.
A dram of whiskey, right? Well. Like a Saint Bernard, like the old cartoons.
Like a tiny one, just a little shot for whoever they find first.
This is before your time, Veronica, but in the cartoons from our childhood and even our parents' childhood, they always had, it was a Saint Bernard. It was Saint Bernard.
Giant, furry Saint Bernard.
The dog would be in these cartoons, and if somebody was like lost in the snowy mountains or something, the dog had a giant barrel around its neck. And it had like booze in it so that you would bring to the person. So here we are, little kids, we're watching. We think this is the way of the world. You're in the mountains, you're lost. A St. Bernard will come along with Glenlivet and just drop it in your mouth because it'll warm you, right? The idea of being warming you. But I don't know if that was ever really a real thing or if
it had to be.
You think so?
I think it had to be in Europe, like up in the Alps.
I think you might be right, and that's why they did it.
Because they're wild over there.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what will fix the person in the mountain?
Get in the mountain and give him some bourbon.
Some liquor. Put it down their throat will make them warm, and then they get drunk, and then might survive, or if they die, it's okay.
They're like, hey, I don't care. I have nothing but port wine running through my veins. Perfecto. If I ever get a dog, I'm going to get a whiskey barrel for his neck. And so when my friends come over, I'll be like, just grab some. Grab some from my St. Bernard.
Come here, Gavin.
Gavin?
I'm calling him Gavin. If I have a dog, I'm naming him Gavin.
I want a dog named Gavin, and he's got a whiskey barrel around his neck. So rats are being trained to be sent into earthquake debris wearing tiny backpacks.
Tiny backpacks.
Hold me closer, tiny backpack. Mm-hmm. So rescue teams can talk to survivors. The innovative project is being worked on by a 33-year-old research scientist, Dr. Donna Keane from Glasgow. So she went to the team and she's like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take rats and we're going to put tiny backpacks on them and they're going to go and save people. That's what we're going to do. That was the plan.
That's a lovely idea.
Get the rats in there.
Thank goodness you're in charge.
Of course, it's no
smarter idea than this.
No,
rats with backpacks.
Rats with kilts and backpacks. So far, 7 rats have been trained, taking only 2 weeks to get them up to speed.
Wow.
So these guys are zippy.
And rats can live up to 5 years?
I think so.
So 2 weeks to get 4 years of
rat service.
Whiskey.
Yeah, 4 years of whiskey. At the moment... We got to get a new cable. I'm not editing that out. That's fine.
No, that's nice.
Okay. At the moment, homemade prototype backpacks containing... Okay, here's what you've been waiting for.
Yes.
Don't move for the rest of the show.
Still.
At the moment, homemade prototype backpacks containing a microphone are being used.
Oh, my God.
Scientists are sending them into mock debris. This is great.
Oh, my God.
Specialist backpacks containing microphones and video gear, as well as location trackers, will be created to allow rescue teams to communicate with survivors during real earthquakes. So it's like an interview rat. It comes into the debris and
interview. Hey there, this is rat number 7 from the...
How you feeling down here? Well, a little squished. That's
really?
Understandable.
Tell the people the truth.
Tell the people at home. Or the rat's like, where are you? It's like, I'd love to tell you. I have any idea where I am in this debris. So
I'll tell you what, we'll turn on the tracker.
Find out where you are.
Get this camera going. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the debris.
I'm live here. So that's this was a charming tale, I thought. You got a picture of a rat here, taking a little drink here,
drink a little bit of water,
a little bit of water. And I know, like this
probably butt water.
It's probably butt water. This is one of those stories that you go, it's environmental because it's utilizing creatures of the earth in order to help humans survive. So it's like a symbiotic relationship, right? Like rats get a bad rap.
They do.
They do, because the diseases.
I think ever since the plague.
The
Black Plague really had a bad
marketing for
bad PR.
Yeah.
For rats.
But rats can be great. I've seen Ratatouille. They can cook a mean meal. Ratatouille.
I mean, people thought he was like a professional human chef.
Absolutely, but he was just steering a guy with
Steering
his
is
hair.
an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Steering an idiot.
Steering an absolute OCD, ground-washing moron.
Yeah, that movie apparently upped the rat adoption by a significant amount. So
no
people went out and got rats.
No
really.
doubt.
Yeah. Like Ratatouille came out, people were like, I want a pet rat now because of that movie. So rats had a great day in the sun. And then
they're all dead.
They're all dead. And
they've died now.
And then there was the New York pizza rat, this was a couple years ago. There was a rat in New York that was just dragging an entire slice of a giant New York style pizza, like just along the ground, and somebody recorded it. And it was just amazing to see this rat just taking this huge slice just down the stairs, just like, I'm not letting go. This is New York style pizza, baby. You can almost hear the accent on the rat. It's like,
You can taste it from the water.
you can taste it from the water.
You use the right New York water in this pizza. It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. So it's a feel good story. There's more details that I can sit here and read, but you get the gist of it.
I think it's awesome.
I do too.
I think it's awesome. I mean, you know what? They are gonna do a better job of getting to the people lost in the earthquake than I am.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And take the tracking gear with them. That's huge.
I agree.
And then with the communications software, it's like now not only have we tracked them, but now you can talk to them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to save lives, people.
Oh no! What did you do, Veronica? She
We're
gave it a
having
big.
some technical.
Look. You can't. They can't all be mega hits.
They can't all be mega.
They can't all be mega.
But they
trouts.
could be ultra hits.
Ultra hits. Totally. Yeah. What happened, Veronica? Did your mic unplug? It probably did. That's okay. It's fine. Everything's working great.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No, we actually have that. That's really.
It. We're forced to stop because of time constraints.
Because of time constraints, we probably should wrap it up because you and I never wrap up quickly.
No.
I think in review, I want to say, Veronica, what did you think of the toilet water being purified to drinking water? If you were told this bottle right here was once toilet water and it's now purified drinking water, would you risk it?
Yeah, I would.
You
I
would. You trust the science.
Because we drink like beverages already that are bad for you.
Right.
As it is.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, pee a little bit of pee.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
If I'm willing to train myself to enjoy beer,
Yeah.
why wouldn't I train myself to enjoy butt water?
Exactly.
And I just think
Look,
that
because I love beer now.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, and this is the interesting thing when I think about foods I don't want to eat. Now, there's a couple that I just have a physical reaction to.
Sure.
But that's why I like to say don't prefer as opposed to, right? Because
You have always said that.
Because the thing is I taught myself to love whiskey. I did not, when I first drank whiskey, my natural instinct when I first had whiskey was not,
This is
the
delicious.
flavors.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Wow, the tones, the notes. Can you taste the teak? I mean, it's not. I didn't know if it was an oak barrel. I didn't frickin' care.
It took a minute to.
It took a minute, but then after a while, I forced myself because it was important to me that I had to be one of those people who could enjoy whiskey, and now I do.
Right.
And I do, and I enjoy beer.
Yeah.
But when I first drank beer, same thing.
Right.
I was like, this is butt water.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Great example.
Great
Thank
example.
you. Thank you.
Here's why I'll drink it. The person who made it and created it worked incredibly hard to prove to people that it could be done. So I think that the person who is already up against the wall in that pitch, like 99% of people who hear toilet water to tap water is like, no, I don't want to do that. That's disgusting. And so the process that would have to be implemented, the testing, this team, whoever these people are, probably show everybody, like, look, I'm telling you, I have taken this water, I've ran it under every single test possible, and what you're about to drink is cleaner than before it was in the toilet. So that's why I would be like, I believe that this person would be doing right because it's already such a challenging thought to even wrap your head around. That's why I would be like, okay, if you figure this out, I'll drink it.
It'll work.
It'll work.
No, it'll work because it's not that hard.
It's not that hard to purify water.
Honestly,
No, it's not. It's not.
Have you guys tried Arrowhead water?
Yeah, of course.
Do you guys like Arrowhead water?
I
don't. Are you guys believers that waters have different tastes?
yes.
Yeah.
Every water has different tastes. Right?
Absolutely.
Arrowhead's not my favorite.
Arrowhead
is why I say that.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Hot garbage.
I'm sorry, Arrowhead.
Arrowhead, you guys are no longer our sponsors, and we thank you for your time. We are now Dasani people.
That's it.
No, we're boxed water people. I got to say boxed water people.
boxed water.
No, let that phone ring. What's going on right now is the Arrowhead legal team.
They're like,
they are
them.
furious.
Yeah, you are under contract.
You are under contract.
gosh.
You have to talk good. No,
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Right. So it's almost like that. Like
Yeah.
And that's
probably tastes better.
Mountain Spring natural. Some people are gonna love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this.
Except this Mountain Spring comes from your butt.
Yeah. That is the real Mountain Spring. There is suspicion too that some of these water bottle companies, not all of them, they're not doing anything to the water.
No.
That it's literally just in a plastic bottle and it's not been purified. It hasn't been treated. This is just water for water's sake, and they figured out a way to monetize it. That is a
They just put tap water in a bottle and they say it's pure.
And say it's pure. And people drink it and they go, "This is better than my tap water." And it's like, no, they literally are filling it up in their sink at home.
You're right.
Yeah. So.
No one will ever know.
So that was the first thing. And then 2, is there any closing thoughts that we have for rats with cameras and whiskey drams?
Rats with cameras, yeah, I think that's pretty cool because
Why am I dying?
Okay, this usually happens to
Does he
me.
need more water?
I'm the
Do you want
one.
water?
Does he need more water?
No, I need to find out about the rats.
I need to hear about the rats.
I gotta hear about that.
I will not sleep until I hear about the rats.
Because they usually use like dogs when there's earthquakes, right, to go look
Yeah.
for the people
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
smell them and whatnot.
Yeah.
And when there's an earthquake, things, there's damage. Everything's damaged. Everything's on the floor and
Yeah.
small place.
Underneath. I'm sorry. There's something in my throat.
Don't worry, we're at
right.
we're at the
Some water, no care.
under miles of rubble.
miles of
Right,
trouble.
right.
So-
So for rats, it's easier for them to maneuver everywhere.
Absolutely.
They're going into small little places and
Yeah.
they fit.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. So
It's
I
a
think
2-week
that's
training
pretty cool.
program.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
And if they can drag 2 weeks, and you
weeks.
could have a career.
You can have a career. Like
can
that is
have
the DeVry for rats. You know what I mean? Like this isn't a program and they go, we can train rats. It's a 2-year program with a doctorate. They literally go 2 weeks, baby. Give me your rat, and Remy will find you with
Okay.
a microphone.
That is the most amazing thing. If a rat comes in and is like, "Hello, madam, I am Dr. Stan. I'm here to save your life."
I have been in the program for 6 years. Rat life expectancy is 5, so I could go at any moment, but I'm smart.
I made it to you.
Yeah. That's this week's podcast, you guys. I have more stories, but I feel like that's a
Yeah,
nice.
we're at 33.
Oh, good. Got to keep us on point today. Can't run long today.
No, not
Okay.
today.
Not today.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, maybe.
Today, not.
The day after that, definitely.
Definitely gonna run long.
Yes.
Definitely run long.
So we have been your beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
Jacob's brain is constantly rebuilding itself.
And that's it. And Veronica says,
Bye. No, but no new tag for you guys?
No, we
Not
don't
for
have-
this one?
I don't remember
I
what the
thought
new
you guys
tag was.
had
Yeah, is
new
a rat
tag.
dragging pizza? No.
Oh, a new tag from this one?
Yeah, don't you guys do new tags every
We
episode?
try, but if
If
something
it has to, if something will be inspiring over the next little while.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think we say raise your butt water. Cheers to butt water.
Cheers to butt water.
Raise a glass to butt water.
So with that, Veronica says,
Bye.
and that's the show.
We did it.
We did it.
It's the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.